Hello folks, this is Jeff Phillips with SmokingMeat.com, and today I'm standing right next to my new smoker. I got this smoker, I think it was on Friday, from Star Grillz. This is their 20 by 36 model. I'm pretty excited to use this thing, and so I did a little bit of the seasoning on it yesterday. I got in about 3 hours, and so today I want to do a walk around and kind of show you all the features of this smoker, how it works, and let you get a kind of a close-up look at it. And I think you're gonna see why I'm so excited about it. To start, I want to show you the front of this smoker, which I think looks really awesome. As you can see, they put my logo on the side of the firebox there. That's stainless steel and it's riveted on, so I think that looks really nice. You'll also see that shelf that's on the very front. That is a standard feature, and that does lower and raise, and I'm going to have my son help me here today, and he's going to show you how that lowers and then raise it back up. As you can see, that works really easily and locks into place. And go ahead and raise the lid there, Jeffrey. We are seeing the inside of this, which has two shelves, and let's give you a close-up look here. That's the top rack, and then of course the bottom rack here. And I will list all of the specs on this smoker down below in the description, but I really just wanted you to get a really good look at it. I'm just really impressed with this thing. So go ahead and lower that. This does have two ports over here for the temperature probes, as you can see. You can just take those out. There's two of them, one at the top, one at the bottom. And now when you get this smoker, one thing I wanted to mention, when you get the smoker, the chimney is not attached. And that's the only thing you have to do. And there's two bolts there at the bottom. And actually the bolts are already in place. The chimney just has 4 holes at the bottom, and you just fit it on, and it's got the 4 nuts you have to attach. So that was probably took all of 3 or 4 minutes to do that. Now I do want to show you the other side of this. Above the firebox, I'm going to have Jeffrey raise that lid there. Now when you first raise the lid on top of the firebox, there's a plate sitting there, and that is sort of a griddle. It gets hot, and you could set a pot there for cooking, or you could also cook bacon, eggs, anything you would do on a griddle. But that plate does remove. Unfortunately, it's not hot right now, so we can remove it without gloves. Now if you look down in there, down into the firebox, you see there is a grate, which you can do, you know, steaks. You can sear your steaks, hot dogs, burgers, just whatever, you know, if you need them seared. And I'll show you what that looks like from inside the firebox here in just a second. But I think that's really a nice feature. Go ahead and put that plate back in, Jeffrey. You can close that if you want to. Now I'm going to let you open up that firebox so we can get a look at it. Alright, very good. Now you can see that grate that we was just looking at from the top, and then of course there's a charcoal grate down below, and then a charcoal pan where the ashes collect, and you can pull that out and dump your ashes. That feature in the back is something that was added on. It's a propane assist. It's not for heating the smoker, but if you want to put your charcoal in there and set like a lighter cube from Weber or something, or you could light a piece of paper, then you could turn on your propane around the other side. I'll show you that here in just a second, and that will, you know, light your charcoal. And all the instructions for that comes when you buy the smoker. They tell you exactly how to do that and how that all works. And of course you've got your I'm going to show you the inside of the intake vent. and that just it's just a system where it just slides on those 4 bolts. And I'll show you. Well, go ahead and close that door, Jeffrey, and I'll show them the other side here. Now go ahead and slide that vent open. Now this thing's really easy to adjust. You can adjust it closed or open or anywhere in between there, and because it's riding on those 4 bolts, it's real easy to bump it to right where you need it. Let's say go ahead and open it about halfway, and let's say you need to close it say 1/8 of an inch. You can just bump it. You can just bump it with your hand, just kind of like with your fist, and make small adjustments. As you know, if you've ever used a wood smoker, you know that sometimes you can make these really precise adjustments and get that thing where it's holding a perfect 225 or 240 or whatever you're looking for. And sometimes all it takes is just a 1/16 of an inch or maybe an 1/8 of an inch movement to really bring that right where you want it. Now underneath the smoker is some storage space, but there's also a few other features that I want you to see. I've got some cherry over there on the left, as you can see. That's hickory on the right. Now there you can see the propane hose that's coming out of the back of the firebox, and I can connect that to my propane tank and use that propane assist I was telling you about. Now there's another inlet there you see on the right lower side of the firebox, and that is for using a like a blower fan. Like I have the one from Thermalworks called Billows, and there's also Fireboard makes one, and there's different ones you can use, but on these units you would just connect it to that port, and it would blow air onto the coals through that port and control your temperature. And of course a probe would run from that up to the grates, and that's how it would be able to blow air as needed to control the temperature of your firebox. One thing I forgot to show you when I opened up the smoker lid is that the bottom of this thing can be filled with water, and that way you get your humidity and your steam inside the smoker and make a water smoker out of it. But when you're finished, you would need to drain your water and your grease and whatever's the stuff that's dripped down into that water. And so this inlet here allows you to open the valve, and that could drain into a pan or a bucket, and then that could be disposed of. So that's also a nice add-on feature. I also like these. The handles are made with this, I forget what they call that, but it's always cool to the touch. You never have to worry about those spring handles being hot, even if the smoker's hot. This is a tell-true thermometer, and I have not tested that yet with my Thermalworks thermometers, so I will be doing that, and I'll let you know how well that does work. But I did notice that the tip of the probe on the inside of that tell-true thermometer is very close to where the meat would be sitting on the lower rack. So I have a feeling that's going to be pretty accurate. Now I want to show you the top of this chimney. Jeffrey, I tell you what, I'm going to let you open that chimney a little bit and close it just to show the action of it. Now, one thing you need to know about this, just anytime you're smoking in this smoker, you need to have that chimney all the way open at all times. Smokers like this are designed for that chimney to be full open, and you control your temperature on the front of the firebox with that intake vent. You can go ahead and close that back, Jeffrey. So that is a first look at the 20 by 36 by Lone Star Grillz, and you'll be seeing me use this in future videos, of course. And I'm also probably going to be shooting a video and showing how to season this thing properly, and you'll see, I'll let you guys know whenever that comes out. And really the best way to know when I have new videos is for you to hit that subscribe button down below, and just as soon as you hit subscribe, you'll see a bell icon. Click on that for your notifications, and you will get notified every time I upload a new video, just like this one. So I recommend you do that. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can post those down below. And once again, this is Jeff Phillips with smokingmeat.com, and I will see you next time.